Hey guys! Hey, so this is going to be my breastfeeding surviving the first month video and how I'm doing with breastfeeding and how it's going and everything like that. So, let's see, I've been breastfeeding for a month and 7 days now, so about 5 weeks, which is really exciting. I'm so glad I've got through the first month. I think that if you can get through the first month, then you can get through it. The first month is definitely the hardest, so I'm really happy that I'm still doing it and it's still going really well. Let's see, I think I'll do breastfeeding vlogs every month. That way you guys can kind of see how I'm doing with it and how she's doing and how I'm continuing on with it, so I think that'd be fun. So this is the first one. It's going really, really good. It's really my first actual experience breastfeeding the whole time, because I'm just going to give you a little recap with Connor, kind of some background information. When I had him, he breastfed for the first 3 weeks, just breastfed. When he was 3 weeks old, I had really bad pains in my stomach and just really, really intense pain, and so I went to the hospital and they told me I had gallstones in my gallbladder and then I needed to get surgery to have my gallbladder removed. And I guess that's really common after first pregnancies. I had no idea, but I guess it is. It's really scary, but it happens. So when I was doing the surgery, I couldn't nurse him, because I was in surgery, so I had to give him formula. And then after I had the surgery done, I was on narcotics for 2 days for the pain, and I couldn't breastfeed him while I was on those, and so he had to have formula through that, and I didn't have a pump at the time. And so after all that happened, my milk just dried up a ton, which really sucked. So after that, I was able to breastfeed him for about 5 months, I was able to breastfeed him for 5 months, but I had to supplement with formula. So from 3 weeks on, I had to supplement with formula because my milk just dried up so bad. And then after he was 5 months old, I was just completely dried up to where I couldn't get my milk back, and I just had to go do complete formula. So that kind of sucked, and I was really upset about that because I was really excited about breastfeeding. And also, he was just harder to breastfeed from the beginning. He wasn't a very good latcher. It was just harder for me to nurse him, but I really wanted to nurse him the whole time, and I was really, really gung-ho about that, but I was kind of upset when I couldn't. So, but that's all right. I'm able to nurse Aubrey, and that's going really well. So it all worked out. Let's see, in the hospital, she latched on right after I had her. They laid her on my chest and did skin to skin. She latched on right away. She nursed for 45 minutes right after I had her, and that was the coolest thing ever. Yeah, and then I went to the actual hospital room, instead of labor and delivery room. They wheeled me up to my room where I'd be staying, and then she nursed for another half hour. So she did really good. She would fall, in the beginning, after we got from the hospital, the first, couple weeks or so, she'd fall asleep a ton when she was nursing, and so it took me a really, really long time to nurse her, sometimes up to an hour, just because I'd keep having to wake her up and keep having to, burp her and change her and get her woken up and undress her a little bit to get her wake up a little bit more, so it'd take me forever to nurse her. Or sometimes, I just stopped nursing her because she'd fall asleep, but then an hour later she'd be hungry because she didn't eat that much. And so it was kind of rough in the beginning, just kind of getting the hang of it. And it was kind of, oh my gosh, all I'm going to be doing is nursing and breastfeeding, and this isn't going to be that fun. But it really has gotten a ton better. Now now it takes her about 10 to 20 minutes to eat is all. She doesn't fall asleep really. She just eats really, really good. Takes her anywhere from between 10 to 20 minutes. Usually it's around 15 minutes or so. And she only eats on one side. She doesn't do both. She eats on one side, and that fills her up, and then she goes to sleep, or she's just done eating. She does really, really good. And she goes anywhere from between 2 to 4 hours in between feedings. Usually it's about 3 hours that she'll go, so that's really awesome. Unless she's going through a growth spurt, then it will be 1.5 to 2 hours or so if she's growing a lot, but usually it's about 3 hours, so really, really good. At night, she does really, really good. She wakes up about every 4 to 5.5, sometimes even 6 hours, so she does really, really good. She's really getting the hang of it. And then she eats, and then she just goes right back to bed after she eats, so it's so nice. I don't have to even worry about, staying up after I wake up, and she just goes right back to bed. I usually just give her binky, and she likes to suck on that. It soothes her, and then she just goes right back to sleep. So that's awesome. Let's see. She wakes up at night, usually like 1 to 2 times to nurse. I used to put her to bed a lot later. I used to put her to bed around like 11 or 11:30, and now I've started to put her to bed around like anywhere from between 9 and 10. So usually around 9:30 I'll put her to sleep, and so she'll wake up around like 1:30 or 2, and then she'll wake up again around 6 or 7. So she does really good because I've been putting her to bed earlier. So she does really good with that. So in the beginning, nursing is really, really hard. And I say that if you can get through the first month, then you can get through it, because the first month, obviously, it hurts really bad. Like in the beginning, I forgot like how painful it is when they latch on, you know, and it is like this pins and needles feeling, and you just like dread them latching on because you're just like, oh, this is gonna hurt, you know, because they haven't quite learned how to latch right, you know, or you're doing something wrong, or I didn't really remember how to nurse, and so it was all new for me. But yeah, in the beginning, it just kind of hurts your nipples when they latch, and just like if they don't latch right, and it's kind of painful, and you just want to give up a lot, you know, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I just don't want to do this anymore. And then when your milk comes in, your boobs just hurt so bad, and they're just so much milk, and it's so painful because your body just has all this milk, and you're just like, oh, this is gonna suck, you know. But yeah, so in the beginning it was definitely really like kind of rough to get into the swing of it again, and you know, just kind of get it. And I was like, all I feel like I'm doing is nursing. She's just eating so much, and it just hurt really bad. My boobs hurt. I was leaking everywhere. You leak all over the place and through your clothes and everywhere. So, but honestly, it is awesome now. You know, we've gotten into a really, really good routine, and she's doing fantastic, and I'm so glad. Another thing, let's see. So yeah, I'm really glad I'm breastfeeding. I love it now, actually. In the beginning, it was a lot harder, you know, and it's a lot harder to get into the hang of it and to get into the swing of it and everything, but I really, really like it now. I love it. I absolutely love it. And it only takes her like 15 minutes to eat, and so it's just really, really nice and easy. And I love it for the middle of the night, because all you have to do is get them out of their bed, nurse them, and put them back. You don't have to worry about making a bottle in the middle of the night or doing any of that stuff, so that's really awesome. I don't pump regularly anymore. I did pump after she was born. For like the first 2 weeks or so after I would feed her, I'd just pump the rest of it, you know, just because I wanted to have some storage in my freezer. And I have quite a bit of storage in my freezer now, so I don't pump anymore, just because I don't want to make my body think that I need more than I really do. So I don't pump anymore. I just pump occasionally, like if we're going somewhere and we're in the car driving and she's like really, really hungry. Like right now, I bring my pump in the car, and sometimes I'll just have to pump in the car and then feed her a bottle or something. But I don't do that very often. But yeah, if we're like out at a restaurant or driving somewhere and she's really, really hungry, then I'll make sure I pump milk and bring it for her just in case. But yeah, I don't use a bottle very often though, just because I don't want to have her confused and just think that she wants the bottle rather than the breast, you know, because usually if you feed babies bottles, they'll want the bottle more than the breast, just because it comes out faster. But so I didn't want to like confuse her with that, so I don't do it very often. But every once in a while, like I said, if we're out to eat or if we're in the car and she's really, really hungry and I can't nurse her at that time, then I just put some in a bottle and I feed her. So that works out really good. But it's nice to know that she can take a bottle, you know, and that she will. Just in case I'm really busy or something, or if I'm going somewhere and my husband's home, it's nice to know that at least she will take a bottle. But I don't like to do it very often, just because I don't want to confuse her, but it is nice to know that she will take one. I think that's about it. Oh, and I don't know if you guys have had this issue or not. Maybe you could leave a comment below if you have. Sometimes when I eat certain foods, it makes her like really, really fussy. Like I've noticed chocolate, which is weird, but chocolate really irritates her tummy. Sometimes it's fine, but sometimes it seems to kind of bother her. So maybe if you guys have had that issue, I don't know. But I've just kind of noticed that, which I thought was kind of random. But yeah, I think that's about it for breastfeeding. It's going super well and she's really adjusting great. She's doing so good, such a good baby. I'm going to go and I'll hurry and show you guys her real fast. She's sleeping right next to me, so I'll hurry and show you her real fast. Hey guys, so this is Miss Aubrey. I just put my Boppy pillow next to me with a blanket on it and she's just snoozing on it. Little sockies, little outfit. Are you gonna wake up? Look at your cute little hair bow. Hey little girl. Is you gonna say hi? Say hi to everybody. Yeah. Oh, I think someone's pooping. You're getting that little constipated face. Say hi. Okay, guys. Alright, well thanks for watching guys, and I will get her update up this week sometime, probably within the next day or two. I'll do an update on her and let you guys know how she's doing, so hopefully by Thursday, within like 2 or 3 days, hopefully I'll get that up. So just keep an eye out and I will talk to you later. Bye.